Good morning, everyone. How are we all doing on this Thursday morning? This is Reganelite here. Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing? Happy Thursday. Hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you're all having a good week so far. This is Good Morning with Reganelite on Thursday, the 18th of September, 2025 at 11 a.m. UK time. Just before we head into the usual stuff, we're going to be covering UK news. We'll be looking at the local the weather, and we're looking at today's daily quota. But before we do all that, let me just give you guys a health update on me. So as you guys know, I did not live stream last night, and the main reason wasn't because, believe it or not, it wasn't actually because of my sore throat. Actually, I would have content with it with this sore throat. Believe it or not, guys. The problem wasn't that. The problem was my headache. I had a really, really bad migraine on top of it, and that kind of compounded it, made it impossible for me to live stream. So that's why I didn't live stream. It wasn't because of the sore throat. Actually, I was actually content to do it because we mainly just cover lots of clips and videos that we just watch off together. So I wouldn't have had to use my voice too much. But however, obviously, because of my headache on top of what I had, decided it wasn't worth it, guys. So so how am I feeling this morning, guys? Well, I still have the sore throat. I'm just waiting for my honey and lemon tea to come down a little bit, guys. Sometimes I have trouble swallowing. I woke up with a massive banging headache still, despite sleeping last night and this morning. So I actually literally, as soon as it hit 9 o'clock, because we only had paracetamol in the house, I literally went straight to the shops at 9 o'clock to get ibuprofen because I did not want this headache. So the good news is the migraine I still have it, but it's not as bad as it was this morning. If I can clear the migraine, if the migraine mostly clears up by tonight, I should be okay, even with a sore throat, because there's 3 other people that'll be talking, not just me, guys. So it's not like that we still can't do the round table, even if I'm not 100%, because I won't be the only one talking. It's not just going to be me and the guys at the Bin podcast. It's obviously Lee Corn will be joining us as well on there as well. So I just wanted you guys to know that as well. But I'm not going to be I do have some bits and bobs of work to do today, but I'm not going to be doing any recording with my voice or anything like that, guys, because I did short videos yesterday, so I don't need to do any today. So it's just this live stream and then tonight. That's it. I mean, I'm going to be doing some work on my wrestling, but that doesn't require my voice at all, so that's not going to be a problem at all. So Stephen Banker, Indy Duck, Alison Keir, good, and Russell Cannon, good to see you all there. Thank you for the £2 super chat. I hope your throat is better. It will take up to a week, if not more, before the throat clears up. It's not gonna be overnight thing. It's gonna take some time before the throat clears. So that's why I won't be doing any videos. I expect it to continue over the weekend, which will mean that chances are I probably won't be recording Patreon and Rumble videos, which will be will be a real shame indeed, guys. And thank you again for another £2 super chat, Alistair. All hail the Democratic Penguins Republic. Yes, indeed. All hail to the Penguins, guys. He is here. He is here. He's not sick though. He's fine. He's fine. He's still working hard. He's still working hard for his fellow Penguins all around the world. You know, you got mucus. You know what that mucus stuff is? That's what I've got right now. That's why when you hear me doing some grunting or whatnot, that's me just trying to get rid of the mucus. Just for reference. So I do apologise for that. Let's get on with it, because there's a lot to talk about, I'm sure. I haven't been really paying much attention to news and politics yesterday because of my headache. So I'm really curious to see what happened yesterday, you know, with Donald Trump and whatnot. So we'll look at it all together, guys. So here is today's daily quota. There it is, anonymous one there for today. And it goes like this, guys, for today's one. Use your voice for kindness, your ears for compassion, your hands for charity, your mind for truth, and your heart for love. So use your voice for kindness, your ears for compassion, your hands for charity, your mind for truth, and your heart for love. Ah, I like that one. That's a really nice one, isn't it? That's a really sweet one. That's a really, really sweet one, guys. That's probably one of my favorite ones that I've heard for. Like, there's a lot of nice ones. That's probably one of the nicest ones that I've heard for a while. That's really, really good. Voice for kindness, ears for compassion, hands for charity, mind for truth, and heart for love. I think that's very, very good. I think that's a really, really good one, guys. Very, very good one. Where are the ducks? Yeah. All hail the ducks. I suppose we can all hail the ducks as well. Ducks and penguins. Yes, ducks and penguins can go together. Why not? Why not? I don't have a stuffed duck here, I'm afraid, so I do apologise. Indie duck, so apologies for that. Apologies indeed. Right, let's have a look at the weather, guys, and see what's been happening today. So here is the weather at the moment. This is Europe. Here we can see temperatures. This is today at 7 o'clock, just for reference as well there. I'll put on the wind. I'll just show you guys the pressure just briefly. That is what the pressure is like there, just for reference. I don't normally keep it on, but it tells you on the left hand side there what is it's what is considered high and low pressure, whether it's cold, wet and windy, or high pressure, which is calm. From the looks of it out there, I think it's I don't want to keep it on, the pressure on, but I do think it's gonna be there is. I still feel that outside, to be fair, when I went to the shops this morning. So I'm probably gonna pop back out a bit later, just for get some more fresh air anyway. Just for, because I'm not gonna do a proper walk today, guys, but I'm gonna pop to the shops again a bit later, just for some extra fresh air, you know. So looks like there will be a bit scattered showers, which we did forecast there'd be some. Oh, just for reference, I've got some of these in my mouth, in case you're wondering what am I chewing on or something, just for reference. Just some soothers just to help with the sore throat. And don't worry, I've got plenty of drinks next to me, guys, as well. Plenty of rain forecast around in some parts of Scotland here. Temperatures aren't too much of a bothersome, but it's the wind and the wet rain, which will probably might be a bit of a trouble. Probably best to take a raincoat rather than a brolly around if you can help it. But temperatures are going to be getting warmer. Friday and Saturday we looked at yesterday that they were going to be getting warmer anyway, but temperatures at the moment are not too bad. Most parts you're not going to be feeling it. If you do hear some banging, there's nothing I can do about it. Next door are doing some pointless brickwork. They just happen to be doing it when I'm live. They couldn't have done it later, but no, they need to do it now. But yeah, you can see their temperatures at the moment quite warm and decent temperatures. But if I go to tomorrow, let's zoom back out here. So tomorrow night, so overnight and in the morning, there'll be a little bit of rain in some parts overnight, in some parts of the England and Scotland, Wales there. But in the morning, again, it'll only be certain parts. So where I am, it's not going to be too much affected. But tomorrow, I did warn us, tomorrow is going to be very warm in certain parts of the UK. In particular, there you can see London, 23 degrees. I am not looking forward to the temperatures tomorrow. I really, really am not. No, it's not the same as 30 degrees, but still, it's ridiculous for middle of September to be 23 degrees. Not happy about that at all. But some parts obviously will be a bit less. And the thing is, one thing is that when you have high winds, they tend to shut my windows, and I don't like the windows being shut as well. So temperatures are 19 degrees, 18, so a bit less than London, but still going to be fairly warm. This is tomorrow at 1 o'clock, just for reference here. There will be some scattered showers around Wales as well. so best keep an eye on that. I will say if you're in the Midlands, in most parts of England, you should be pretty fine. You'll avoid the showers, but if you're in the north of England, high probability you'll catch some of the rains there. You can see there, if I pull it a bit further forward, you'll see some of that may come crossing over as well. May cross over, may not, depending on the wind, the direction of the wind there. Into the south, into Scotland here. Good morning, Billy Kershaw. Hope you are doing well, and anybody else lurking in the chats. Yeah, it doesn't look like it looks like Scotland's going to be quite looks like, is it you guys getting any rain? You're getting some rain in the early morning, but yeah, looks like tomorrow, guys, for up in Scotland, you guys are going to get some bit of cloud, maybe a bit of wind, but no rain. So that's pretty good actually for you guys. Not too bad then. Temperatures are not too bad either. So yeah, be a pretty good Friday for you guys up in Scotland there. And as I said, parts in England are going to be the same as well there. So if we just zoom out there, if we just push to Saturday, let's have a quick look at Saturday. As I say, look, temperatures there as far as, look, 4 o'clock on Friday tomorrow, 24 degrees in London. Manchester 20, Cardiff 20. Ridiculous temperatures, guys. Overnight on Friday night into Saturday, that rain is still there, mainly covering mostly Ireland, Northern Ireland, and parts of Wales there. Parts of Wales is going to get hit with quite a bit of rain. The north of England, the south of Scotland, there, mainly south of Scotland, to mid Scotland is going to get hit with torrential rain. So you will get rain on Saturday in some parts of Scotland there as well, from the looks of it. And again, temperatures there, 21 maximum temperature there for 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But there will be some showers in the most parts of England. So just bear that in mind. So you probably will need a raincoat, brolly. I would recommend, even if it doesn't seem like it's going to come your way on Saturday, you may get hit with a few showers here as well. I live in London, so essentially not central London, but just on the outskirts. I am inside the M25, outside the M25. No, inside the M25. Sorry, but not like central London. I'm not like that. 17, 18 degrees and certain temperatures there. But you can see there, Blackpool's going to get hit with the rain there Saturday afternoon. Good morning, Kirsty. Hope you are doing well. And anybody else lurking in the chats. And you can see there will be some scattered showers hitting parts of Scotland on Saturday there as well. But temperatures not too bad for you guys up north. 13 degrees there. Just trying to clear my throat a little bit, guys. Bear with me. Sunday. Let's have a look from the UK as a whole, and sun overnight Saturday. So yeah, it looks like Saturday night there's going to be a big chunk of showers, going to pretty much hit the entirety. So Saturday night, guys, overnight, yeah, pretty much most of Scotland's going to be hit with huge amounts of wind and rain. So yeah, I want to make sure you're conscious of that. Sunday morning, you're still going to have it as well. And by the afternoon, most of that rain will have cleared. By Sunday evening, most of that will be cleared. So you want to be ready for that if you're living in Scotland up there. Parts of England are also going to experience that rain. Not as much down the south, but Sunday Sunday I'll be very happy because temperatures will significantly drop in London there. 16 degrees the maximum temperature there, which is a very good sign there. But tomorrow we will forecast the weekend and Monday for you guys there. I'm not good at Discord yet. I tried to something else, but I don't know if it's Discord. Do you know what? Don't feel bad about not knowing how to work Discord, Indie Duck, because I didn't know how to work Discord several years ago, and now I literally run my own server. So don't feel bad about not either getting fully to grips with it. If you do join, it'll take some getting used to. It's quite a lot, but don't. I wouldn't stress too much about it. But it is free if you want to join the Discord community, and that applies to everyone here as well. Right, so let's have a look at what's been going on in the news, guys. I heard some orange tangerine has come to the UK. It's my understanding here. Ah, yes. The orange douchebag that is Donald Trump's arrived at Chequers for talks with Starmer on the final day of the state visit. The US president will hold talks with Starmer before attending a business event and then appearing at a joint news conference with the PM. What could possibly go wrong at that joint news conference, guys? Oh dear. That is... What could possibly go wrong at that, guys? I'll have to keep my eye on it because they'll probably be talking about that tonight. Yeah, so he's just here. BBC footage. He'd arrived at Chequers about 12 minutes ago or so. Starmer banks on a £150 investment to plateau critics of Trump's state visit. Starmer to recognise Palestine state after Trump's visit. Australia's ABC ban from UK press conference after journalists' questions picked Trump. Yeah, because they don't want to upset the orange tangerine, basically. And the Bureau of Australian National Broadcaster informed egg credentials removed from logistical reasons. No, it's not logistical reasons. They're trying to keep Trump happy. They don't want Donald Trump getting mad on this visit. They want it all go smoothly. So the ABC has been barred from attending Donald Trump's press conference in near London this week after a clash between the broadcaster's American editor and the president in Washington, D.C. over his business dealings. The Australian broadcaster said its London bureau was informed by Downing Street that its applications to attend the press conference has been withdrawn for logistical reasons. I don't think it's logistical, like I said, guys. Sorry, just off topic, guys. By the way, Tesco's has the worst lemons ever. Don't buy lemons from Tesco's, right? Do you know why? Because I don't get any lemon juice hardly out of them. I have to use an entire lemon. You know, you normally cut it in half, and normally I would just use half a lemon, but their lemons there's barely any juice in them. I have to use 2 lemons, not 2 lemons. I have to cut it in half and use the entire lemon, so one half and another half just to get the juice out of it. It's ridiculous. Guys, if you recommend where the best places to get lemons, let me know in the comments. So I will have a think about it, see where I can get them. The Australian broadcaster said in London, its London bureau was informed by Downing Street that its accreditation to attend the press conference has been withdrawn for logistical reasons. Trump was due to have lunch with the British Prime Minister at a latter country retreat at Chequers on Thursday before the joint press conference. Quote, the ABC's London bureau is still accredited to attend Chequers. However, Downing Street media said it no longer has a spot at the joint press conference due to logistical reasons. Yeah, this is yeah, like I said, they're trying not to upset the orange tangerine. We have been given no indication this is connected to the question put to President Trump by ABC's America editor John Lyons earlier this week. Downing Street declined to comment. Yeah, that tells you everything you need to know. A senior correspondent for Al Jazeera's English, Rory Challoner, said on X, he was too told by Downing Street he was being taken off the Starmer Trump press conference list for logistical reasons. The weather was mentioned. This is bollocks. This is the British government desperate to keep Donny happy. So they are making sure that they only get medias that are going to be on their best behavior with Donald Trump when asking him questions. This is what they're doing. This is fucking ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Lyons was reported for 4 corners through the eye of the president on Tuesday when he asked Trump how much wealthier he had become since returning to the Oval Office in his second term. He accused the reporter of hurting Australia with the line of questioning. He's entitled... in my opinion, you are hurting Australia right now, Trump says, and they want to get along with me. You know, your leader is coming over here. I'm going to tell him about you. You set a very bad tone. You set a nicer tone. Subsequently, he told Lyons to be quiet. How dare you? I'm going to rat on your leader. I have to laugh about it, guys. Thank you, Alison Keir, for the super chat. Not my king, sucking up to Trump. Yep. England is Disneyland. That is so disrespectful, Alison Keir, to Disneyland. Disneyland is not England. Disneyland is a wonderful place. I think it's a terrible comparison. The disrespect to Disneyland. How dare you? Thank you so much for that £2 super chat. Boo. Free speech. Kirsty, what are you talking about? There's no such thing as free speech here. We don't have a written constitution. And even if we had a written constitution, we would ignore it like they do in America. Ah, dear, oh dear. Embarrassing, I know. I'm kind of hoping that someone sneaks in and causes a ruckus on behalf of all common sense people. What else is there? We pray for visa comes before death. Gaza injured children left in limbo. Private educated still have vice grip on the most powerful UK jobs. No shit. Jimmy Kimmel Live suspended indefinitely after the host Charlie Kirk's comments. Oh, wow. ABC said late night show will not air footage for the foreseeable future. Charlie Kimmel accused Republicans of doing everything they can to score political points from Charlie's killing. What? Because he told the truth? Wow. Kimmel's suspension sparks shock and fears for free speech. US Trump says he plans to designate Avatar as major terrorist organization. That's outrageous. ABC, they are so scared. They're so terrified of Trump. They don't want to get sued by him. They're so scared of him. And they're even silenced one of their most popular hosts there, TV host there. Absolutely unbelievable. UK Anti-Slavery Commissioner condemns Shabir Mahmood's asylum comments. Accused asylum seekers of making vexed last-minute claims. Man died and woman injured after shooting in London Park, says police. Yeah, I heard about that. It's terrible. Privatisation of UK industries is driving the cost of living crisis, says Green Leader. Oh, I'd love to have done a video on that. If I wasn't so bad right now. Let's see what else there is, just out of curiosity. UK faces year of academic growth amid tax and regulation burden, says Next. Starmer banks on £150 investment. Anything else that we haven't seen there? No, let's just have a look at the front of UK. What is this? Novo Nordisk shares shoot up amid promising results and anti-obesity pills. Stock climbs above 6.5 billion in early trading. Vital shows significant weight loss for pill version. New French PM under pressure. Strikes disrupt schools and transport across Europe. Yeah, France is not looking good right now. Windrush officials must improve other neglecting dying women claims, says Ombudsman. Yeah, a couple of interesting stories there for sure, guys. Man, I wish I could just... I wish I had the voice. Let's go to Sky News, guys. Hopefully I can pick myself up a little bit here. Trump and Starmer meeting after £150 billion promise as police give update on Epstein Castle stunt. The one by... yeah, the guys who put the projection up on the Windsor Castle got arrested, by the way. I don't know how many of you guys saw it, but they put up last night, I think it was last night or night before, at Windsor Castle, they put projections up of Trump and Epstein, best mates and all that kind of stuff. They arrested them. Another person who was arrested for literally driving his vehicle around, and on the screen it had Trump and Epstein together. The vehicle was pulled over for no reason whatsoever. He hadn't done anything wrong, nothing against the law, but apparently because he was highlighting it, he was pulled over and the vehicle was confiscated from him, which is absolute stupid. So if it's a case of we're losing our freedom of speech, yeah, we're definitely losing that right to call out what we see. Labour's France deportation deal is not comparable to Tories' Rwanda plan, says Minister. No, it isn't the same deal, but it's also a stupid deal. It was never going to work. It's a waste of time and a waste of money. It's just... good morning, Scott. Good to see you there. Starmer navigates Trump a minefield. Sadiq Khan breaks rank with Starmer over Gaza. Bunch of analysis pieces, because that's what Sky News does. They just have to do Sky analysis pieces. Sadiq Khan breaks rank with Starmer over Gaza. What does he say? Starmer calls out Gaza genocide. The Starmer delays recognising Palestinian state until end of Trump's state visit. Israel reported that the government wants to avoid Gaza and looming reconciliation of Palestinian statehood dominating the news agenda following talks between Keir Starmer and Donald Trump on Thursday. London Mayor Sadiq Khan for the first time described the situation in Gaza as genocide, becoming the first senior this week. Yep. Meanwhile, Keir Starmer has been under pressure to raise Israel's bombardment with territory with Donald Trump during the state visit to UK. Keir Starmer is going to be asked this question at the press conference, guys. What's Starmer going to say when it comes to the press conference with him and Donald Trump? He's going to be asking, do you accept the UN Commission that that Israel are conducting a genocide in Gaza? What is Keir Starmer going to say? Is he going to say no? Is he going to dismiss it? I don't know. I'd be shocked if he dismisses it. He's going to try and... I think he's going to try and toe a line because he doesn't want to upset the orange tangerine. I think Sky News is right in saying that the government want to avoid Gaza. I think that's absolutely true. But they're going to get asked that question. If they're going to take questions from the media today with Trump, they're going to get asked that question. And how he responds is going to be very interesting. The report suggests he will delay formally recognising Palestine state until the weekend, yet we know that. Prime Minister found himself at odds with US administration over the move, which is opposed to official recognition of Palestine. Yeah, that's because you're Israel's bitch. We know that. Like, literally, I don't know how many of you guys heard this, but apparently Ben Shapiro, yeah, that nutter, basically wants to, that right-wing nutter, he wants to remove a law that means that presidents of America don't have to be American. So basically, he wants Benjamin Netanyahu to be the next president of the United States. I'm not joking. That guy. Like, yeah, why don't just give the whole country to Israel? You know, just change it to the United States of Israel. You know, because that seems like where we're going. Unquiet Badger, good to see you there. I hope you are doing well. I think it's inescapable draw to conclude. In Gaza, we are seeing before our very eyes, says Sir Sadiq. Sadiq Khan was always going to call out about it. Anything else here with us? Zach Polanski, Liberal Democrats specifically referred to the situation of Gaza genocide. Yep, they're both right in doing so. UK's consistently argued that the issue of whether it's committed genocide was a matter for the courts. Israel's fight. Well, International Court of Justice in The Hague, which is the country accused of genocide. So are they going to ignore the inquiry? So this possibly will be the line that Keir Starmer will probably take when he's asked the question. He'll be saying it's a matter for the International Court of Justice in The Hague. Is probably what will be the line that Keir Starmer will take when he's asked it. Yeah, this is what I mentioned just before. 4 men freed on bail over Trump-Epstein projection at Windsor Castle. Like, I don't know... spokesman for the political campaign said the men had been arrested for embarrassing Donald Trump. Oh my God, you're under arrest for what? Embarrassing the United States president. How dare you embarrass him like that? A 60-year-old from East Sussex and a 37-year-old Kent, 36-year-old from London, 50-year-old were detained on Tuesday night. Said the men have now been bailed till 12th December while they investigate possible offences including malicious communication and public nuisance. Really? Oh, take them to court. Take the police to court on that one. Like, come on. Really? Mutterly Von Eric, good to see you there. Hope you are doing well. I don't see that. How is that public nuisance? It's not like it's a half-naked woman. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't see anything wrong with that. The huge pictures would be... Trump has been in the spotlight again over recent leaks to the PFR, which claims to contribute to a 50th birthday book for Epstein. He said in the notes the surrounding outline of a woman's body was not created by him and carries a fake signature. They're still going with the line that it's not Trump's signature on the card as well. Excuse me. The political campaign group led by Donkey said the projection was a peaceful protest and called the arrest a ridiculous overreaction. Yeah, it was. Spokesperson said the group had done 25 to 30 projections before and never had any members detained by the police. I think they've been arrested for embarrassing Donald Trump, they added. Yeah, Mr. Trump's have been carefully planned to avoid contact with the public and potential embarrassing protests. Yeah. Like I said, this state visit has been very, 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 very quiet. Very, very secluded, keeping him out of the public limelight. Very keen to keep him out of the public limelight. Because they know how much the public are not on board with him. Man and woman dies after London Park shooting. Yeah, I heard about this. I'm so upset. So a man has died and a woman's been taken to hospital. Cleswell Park. Yeah, this was this morning. Woman in her 40s was treated for gunshot wounds and treated by paramedics. No updates on her injury condition. Man in his 40s also suffered gunshot wounds, pronounced dead later in the hospital. Forensic teams of boiler suits. Did they catch the victims? They've also been placed at various locations. Sorry guys if I'm not talking as much as I normally do. Just seeing if they've actually caught, at the time we're treating this isolated incident, crime scene remains in place. Investigation will increase police presence. Said it was supporting the police investigation and will remain closed for the foreseeable future. Okay. Nothing about the perpetrators then. Firearm thought to have been involved in the shooting. So they've recovered the firearm apparently. But it doesn't look like they've apprehended them. Just that's a real concern. No. There was another story I heard that there was a shooting that was racially motivated. I heard today as well, which is very concerning indeed. Just a quick reminder, guys. We will be live tonight for the roundtable at 8 p.m. UK time. Be myself, Lee Corn. For those who don't know Lee Corn, for those of you who are new here and don't know Lee Corn. Lee Corn and I had a show years ago called The Snowflake Show. It was the first time that I was on YouTube, and it's what be able to give me the confidence to be able to start my own YouTube channel in the first place. Lee Corn was the one who basically did all the work in the background, and I was just the one who basically sat there. So me and Lee go back quite well. So so he is somebody that I really do appreciate so much to have been a part, to have spent a couple of years with him, to be a part of the show. Some of you who are here have been following me since before this channel started with the two of us, and I'm hoping to have him on for a Christmas show. It's difficult because he obviously has work and he has a family, but I would like to do another Christmas special if possible. We couldn't do one last year. We tried to, but Daily Blase stepped in at the last minute. But I do want to do something with him if possible again, because I'm looking forward to having him on tonight. And he said he will be free tonight. I did say originally he was going to be delayed, but he won't. And I'm very excited to have the guys from the BIM podcast on as well. I haven't watched much of their content, so I do apologise to them if they do hear this. But we will have the show tonight. Even if I'm not 100% and I'm not much talking, I'll let the guys do a lot of the talking themselves, guys. So I just want you guys to know that. So yeah, tonight at 8 p.m. they'll be going live on their own YouTube channel as well. So you can always join them on their YouTube channel as well as here as well, guys. Lee Corn, guys, is the reason that I am doing this today as well. You know, Max is definitely one of the big influences, but Lee Corn was the show we had called The Snowflake Show, one of the big reasons. Let's continue on here, guys. So BBC politics. US firm pledges 150 billion. We looked at that already. Government to appeal against ruling blocking migrant This is a complete waste of taxpayer money. This whole thing, this one in one out migrant deal, it's complete and total waste of taxpayer money. And this kind of shit, this whole fucking thing. I'm sorry, but I've got to say it, guys. I apologise for that. If you've got kids next to you, I do sincerely apologise for swearing. But like this whole bloody thing, They should never have signed a deal, and it's saying nothing more, and it was never going to work because of human rights. And unless you're planning to leave the European Convention on Human Rights, which Reform are planning to do, this is only going to play more into the public's hands, thinking, oh yeah, maybe we should leave the European Convention on Human Rights. You won't get a word in Edway once Mikey starts. Oh, that's fine. I'll let them do the talking then. That's for sure. Excuse me. Scott Hayes, good morning to you. Hope you are doing well. I fear for Great Britain and worry things could turn ugly, says Poots. Genocide happening in Gaza, Sir Sadiq says. High interest rates expected to be held by Bank of England. Ex-Labour councillor charged in Westminster honey trap. I have not covered this story. Labour council has been charged with blackmail and communication offences in connection to the Westminster honey trap scandal. The charge of blackmail relates to alleged unwarranted demands for phone numbers of up to 12 individuals. Oliver Steadman, 28, of Pembroke Gardens, North London, has been charged with communication offences in relation to the sending of alleged unsolicited indecent images. Last year, a string of men, mostly working in politics, revealed they had received unsolicited flirtations, WhatsApp messages from people calling themselves Charlie or Abby. In some cases, explicit images were exchanged. The then Conservative MP William Wagg resigned from the party within April 2004. Had been given the phone number for fellow MPs to remain met on a dating app. Yeah, we remember that honey trap. Mr. Steadman was suspended as a member of the Labour Party. The party was notified of his arrest in June 2024. He resigned as councillor in Islington, North London, the following month. It is understood Mr. Steadman remains suspended pending the party investigation, which has been paused while legal proceedings are ongoing. Oh, sorry, Alison Keir. Thank you so much for getting to the Super Chat goal. I forgot about that. Apologies. Thank you so much for those extra £2 Super Chats as well. Thank you. Really appreciate it. We decided to prosecute Oliver Steadman with blackmail, 5 communication relations, faces 5 fixings, 4 politics. Mikey loves onions, so put them in the chat. Within parliamentary political circles between October 23 and October 24, using WhatsApps, our prosecutors have worked to establish that there is sufficient evidence to bring this case to court and that it's in the public interest to pursue criminal proceedings. He will appear at Crown Court on November the 3rd. Interesting. UK hopes for 0% tariffs on steel exports to the US dashed. Yeah, that was never going to happen. Wales First Minister rejects Trump's state banquet invite. And the video boss says UK will be AI superpowers. Tech firms invest billions. Okay, sure it will. And that's all old stories. That's all old stories. Let's have a look at the front of UK. Don't scrap care plans for children with special education needs, says MPs. Individual care plans for children with special education needs should not be scrapped, says MPs. Yes, I'm a prime example of that. I'm where I am today because of that special education needs. Do not scrap it. A lot of children are going to suffer if we do. This is honey and lemon to help with my throat in case anyone's wondering why I'm holding it. A new Education Select Committee report also calls for new minimum standards of support for special education needs and disabilities in schools, as well as more training for teachers. The government expects to publish plans on how to reform SEND provision in England this autumn. They have also previously refused to rule out getting rid of education, health and care plans, EHCPS. In response to today's report, the Department of Education said it is listening to families as it puts together plans to transform outcomes of every child with SEND. The Education Select Committee has spent the past 8 months looking into how to achieve long-term sustainability for SEND systems in England and how to improve outcomes for children and young people. In their report today, they made several recommendations to DfE, including keeping EHCP and SEND Tribunal backstop accountability for parents, establish new statutory and national minimum standards of what is needed for schools that should offer special education needs on all levels of need. Send more SEND training for all future and mainstream school staff, including head teachers. Invest more in state specialist schools. Increase per pupil sending funding within inflation line. The main thing is, you've got to decrease the workload on teachers. We've got to decrease the workload on teachers. Teachers need assistant teachers in their classrooms. Every single school should have an assistant teacher in their classrooms. The class sizes need to be reduced. We need to have, which means that we need to have more buildings, more classrooms, which means we need to have more schools to accommodate them, because we are still a growing population. So we need to be building more schools. We need to improve the infrastructure of some of the current schools that we have, because many of them are crumbling. And we need to make sure that those who need the specialist and the special needs are getting the care that they need. I'm going to put this out here. I honestly don't give a flying fuck about private schools and their education, because you can just pay your way to success. It's the state schools that I'm more concerned about. They're the ones that need money more. It's not just, you can't just throw money at the situation. There has to be a plan to this. I really do hope people take that on. I really hope the government takes it on board. Major Scotland gangland figures arrested in Dubai. Heavy rain set continue across UK. Lockbeard bombing accused said he was forced into false confession. Blue badge fraud, more fakes than ever before. Yeah, there's so many blue badge fraudsters now, desperate to avoid paying for parking fines and whatnot. It's outrageous. Yeah, so many of them nowadays. Let's go to the Independent, see what they're saying here. It's always cake o'clock. There's still time to get your bake on. McManaman Cancer Research. What are they doing? We're celebrating 35 years of McManaman Coffee Morning. 35 years. Fair play to them. I mean that. Fair play to them. And bless them for their work. They do wonderful work. And I'm not just saying that. I really do. Fuck cancer. Let's have a look at UK politics. What's going on here? Boris Johnson at the heart of furious Tory row at state visit reception. What's this buffoon doing? Boris Johnson in furious spat with Andrew Neil after broadcaster questions Tory's record. A witness says the real anger was obvious as the former Prime Minister and his ex-boss disagreed over the Conservative record in government. Was he actually there? Generally curious now. A state reception dinner at Boris right-wing reception dinner for British right-wingers descended into a bust-up between Boris Johnson and other senior Tories over the party's record in government. In an astonishing turn of events, a witness described real anger as the meeting of minds led to a spat between Liz Truss, Mr Johnson and his former boss, broadcaster Andrew Neil. The event at a luxury Pennsylvania hotel in London's Mayfair was hosted by US broadcasters Newsmax and included guests of honour Marco Rubio and US Trust Secretary Scott Bennett. Both are in the UK for Donald Trump's state visit. Nigel Farage and Sir Jay Cress were also there representing the range of British politics. Of course Nigel Farage would be there. Other canvas Mr Farage and US cabinet members left before the rest of the guests, which also include Sir Sadi Javid, Mark Harper, retreated to dinner. Mr Johnson then gave a speech defending his record on Brexit, and it was at this point that a witness said tensions were elevated over the last government's record. Right-wing critics have rounded on Mr Johnson for overseeing mass migration into Britain as PM, with Reform dubbing it the Boris wave of migration. The witness told the Telegraph tensions came into a head when former Transport Secretary Lord Harper raised the need for welfare reform and immigration control before being rebuked by broadcaster Mr Neil about why the Tories had not done so in power. Oh, I wish I was in that room. Oh, I wish I was in the room. At this point, Boris robustly defended his government's record. Boris argued that Brexit gave us power to reduce immigration if we wish. He said he did reduce it. He also said we shouldn't bash the contributions migrants make to Britain. Okay, sure. There was a robust exchange of views and everyone defended themselves well, but the real anger is obvious. The reform attendees were of the view of this is why the Conservatives don't function well as a party anymore. Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that tells you everything you need to know about them. Oh, I wish I had video of being in that. Wish I could have be in that room. So Jacob reportedly attempted to make peace between the Tory critics supporting reform and those defending the Conservative record, apparently, believing the two parties should work together. Of course, that's what Sir Jacob wants. Mr Neil has long disliked the former PM and his stint of Mr Johnson, boss at the Spectator magazine. After a series of scandals erupted at the week and a publication under Mr Johnson's editorialship, including a number of affairs leading to it being dubbed the Sexator. More recently, Mr Neil delivered a scathing verdict on Mr Johnson's trustworthiness after he failed to submit a BBC grilling before the 2019 general election, and he was the only major party leader to not do so. Yeah, of course not, because he knew you were going to bash him to the core. This is brilliant. In a damning monologue, he says the theme running through the question is trust. Yeah, trust and Boris does not seem to work here. What are you guys saying? Super chat game. My brain hates me, says Ellie. Are you okay, Ellie? Why is it when I hear super chat, my mind goes to super match game, a jiggle from Blaggedy Blank? It sticks in my head. I can't answer that. I can't read your mind, I'm afraid, so I can't answer that. I can't answer that mind. And why so many times in his career in politicians and journalists, critics, and sometimes even those close to him have deemed it to be untrustworthy, even of course relevant to what he's promising us all now. The latest row between the pair came a week after Mr Farage welcomed a fresh handful of defectors to Reform UK, high-profile former Tories Marina Clorfield and Danny Kruger to the party. And by the way, there's a Reform Labour councillor defected to Reform recently as well. So it's not just Tories. Mr Kruger became the first sitting MP to defect to the party, and then another former one. After he left, Mr Kruger urged other Tory MPs to join him in Mr Farage's party, saying, I would hope that colleagues share my views, Yep. If you're a conservative right wing, then the future is Reform. Bust up. I've got to say, guys, I do love to hear it. Excuse me. US firm, 1.5 billion. Yep, we've seen that already. Starmer and Trump's special relationship may run unravel over the issues. Yep. Lucid Power dubs speculation about the return of Andy Burnham sexist. Why is it sexist? Focusing on Burnham's speculation rather than deputy leadership contest is sexist, says Lucid Power. Based on what? Former comms leader said it is sexist that everybody's talking about Andy Burnham's return rather than focus on deputy leadership contest between two strong women. No. What? How is it? I'm sorry. Like, where is the sexism? Explain. Like, if people want to talk about Andy Burnham, they can talk about Andy Burnham. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not being hypocritical, when it comes to like the coverage of Reform here, but there is speculation about that. If there isn't speculation, Andy should come out and say it, but he hasn't. I don't accept the premise that it's sexist. I really don't. Any of this interesting here? How much will Donald Trump's UK state visit cost taxpayers? Hopefully not as much as it did last time. Nigel Farage welcomes a first Labour defector to Reform UK. Yep, that's a short video there. I've done a short video on that already. My brain is shutting off. Dehydration don't help. No, make sure you drink plenty. And it's going to get warmer as well, so you need to drink plenty tomorrow, that's for sure. First migrant deported to France under one in, one out deal. Was it just one person? Anything else here? Shoplifter led police on the slowest pursuit ever seen in a 10-mile-hour chase. Okay. Nazi device Starmer to back leader Labour leadership hopeful Burnham. That's interesting stuff there. We've only got 10 minutes, so let me run through some of these. Labour's plans to jumpstart city building after rain is 1.5 million in home drive stalls. That's the big read from the iPaper here. I'm an American in the UK. Here's what Britain doesn't get about Trump. Not interesting what you got to say. Council tax bills rise unexpectedly with homes rebrands having the due to pass renovations. I'm raising my children in Iceland. They have freedom to cycle in school alone. Yeah, because Iceland looks after its people. People are very happy in Iceland. When I visited the country, I saw that a lot with people. Did you know that there are literally quite a few Americans have moved from to Iceland as well. I remember we were at a restaurant when we visited Iceland a few years ago, and this American, I think they were from Chicago, and this American was one of the waiters and whatnot. And he was saying, like, it's lovely here. People are wonderful. So I don't blame people for hearing good stuff about the country. Let's have a look at politics. Small boat deportation flights grounded for the third day in a blow to the Home Office. Rebel Labour MPs warn whips they have no confidence in Starmer. Tax cuts for Musk and Best blocked by Starmer despite Trump lobbying. Lucy Powell says it's sexist. Yeah, sure. Treating Trump like royalty risks backfiring on Starmer. Yep. And that's it. That's all you got. That's all you got for me. What's the front of news have you got? Anything else interesting for us to see? Why flag wars are scaring overseas students and risk deepening uni cash crisis. Yeah, flags are putting people off. Teachers reject plans to send children in mainstream schools. Poll shows. Yep, they don't want to make it more difficult for them. Just more problems there. Russell Cannon says people saying reform is offering solutions bugs me. It's just words. How do they know it would work out as promised? Farage says the solution to everything was Brexit, but that didn't work out well. Well, first, Russell, you're right in saying you're absolutely right in those questions. The problem is that because many people have consistently voted for the Labour Party or the Conservative Party for years and years and decades, and they've been the parties we've had in charge for a long time. And many people are just sick of the two. Like, you keep hearing it. Like, Politics Joe consistently does in, like, Politics Joe, Navarro Media. How many of them I've listened to them where they're asking members of the public, right? People who aren't even engaged into politics, right? And they keep saying the same thing. Like, they're all the same. They keep saying they're all the same. And for all the, and no matter how much we point out the problems of Reform UK, they're prepared to risk it. They're prepared to risk it all for Reform UK just for something different. The only problem is that they don't realise just how bad things are going to get when they come into power. You know, we keep telling people, like, things are going to get real bad if Reform get in government. But people, many seniors, older generation, for them, it's like they don't care anymore. Like, they just don't. They're fed up with the Conservatives. Labour have not done enough for them in the year and what's it been? A year and a half now they've been in power. So that's really what it is. Even when you throw facts, unfortunately. But you're absolutely right in what you said there. I'm trying to finish this before the end of the live stream if I can. Donald Trump soaks up the glories of his second state visit. UK warships to be largely built in Spain. Why the British right stand up for sovereignty? Okay, sure. UK talks to join EU defence fund stalled over participation fee. Oh yeah, there's a money for it. You don't think you're getting in for free just because you're sitting outside the European Union. No, you got to pay your way. Doubts raised over whether France-UK migrant deal is workable. Short answer, it's not. So you don't need to read it. Nationwide chair attends breakfast with Reform UK. Trump's day visit as it happens. There's the live feed there from the Financial Times. Let's have a look at what they got on the front page. Just have a quick nose. Anything here worth looking at? This is ABC's Paul Jimmy Kimmel show. We looked at that already. Octopus Energy spin-off technology Arm Karen. The big issue. Mark Zuckerberg promises new smart glasses will unlock super intelligence. So it's like in Fallout. If you guys have ever played the video game Fallout, right? You put on glasses and your perception increases, apparently. Yeah, no, I'm not so sure about that. Retailer next warns UK economy faces years academic growth. Yeah, it's not very good if you've got stocks and shares in them. I'm glad I don't put shares in them. By the way, they always do crap on the stock market. I've used them in the past. China drops Google antitrust probe during US trade talks. Saudi Arabia signs strategic mutual defensive pact with Pakistan as well there. Interesting. We're going to be covering all news tomorrow, not just UK, but all news tomorrow, just for reference. Let's have a look at the times while we've got 5 minutes left before we get to 12 o'clock, where lunch will be calling us all. Hopefully you guys will get your lunch too. Judith Sadiq lied about holding back Bangladeshi citizenship. Oh, what a surprise. I'm sorry, but this woman, you knew she was holding back stuff. I knew she was holding back stuff. Home Secretary demands slavery law reviewed after deportation chaos. Bells of a bank bring out the bloods of Windsor Castle. Potential pitfalls for Starmer and Trump. Home Office dysfunction is behind failing deportations. One of the highest honours of my life, says Trump in banquet speech. No food trade deal until we get youth mobility, EU tells Starmer. Let's have a quick look at their top stories. TfL suppress reports showing LGNs don't cut car use. Private educating Britain's much more likely to hold top jobs. That's not. You don't need a article to tell you that. Deal with Ireland will hold more troubled veterans through courts. Ofsted said he would ban smartphones at school. Britain would have to burn gas to power technology revolution. 2 men and a woman arrested over Essex over spying for Russia. That's a breaking news just from 15 minutes ago. Anything else there? Nothing really else. Just have a quick nose at Scotland there. SNP guilty of a cover-up by blocking grooming gang inquiry. I'm going to call that... I'm just going to take that with the biggest jar of salt that I possibly can. Just going to say. SNP have no plan to meet balling benefits bill, watchdog warns. Okay, sure. Sweeney faces SNP backlash for going to Trump banquet. John Sweeney's not very popular, is he? For the SNP, correct me if I'm wrong. Scrapping non-proven... Okay, where is this in terms of Scots law? Okay, I've had enough of their stuff on Scotland. I'll let Dave McGuinness and the Two Davies. If you want real Scottish news, subscribe to the Two Davies YouTube channel, guys. The Tory graph, or shall we call it the Reform graph? Starting to recognise Palestine. Deep-rooted wokery is infecting our health services. NHS whistleblower. Wokery, guys. Okay, wokery. Deep-rooted wokery is infecting our health service. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Sorry for swearing, but what does that mean? Apologies. Inside the furious Tory row that broke out state visit reception. Yep, that's the story that the Independent was showing that they got from the Telegraph. Home Office-backed charity seeks to thwart money one out migrant deal. Any other things here? Not really. No. Let's come out of there before we head out. Let's see what Byline Times are saying. The last piece here. From Maggie to Marga. That's the October paper. The radical right are now true heirs to Thatcher. Skinheads in suits. Yeah, we saw that picture already. Let's see what the stories they've got. Exclusive GB News ramps up migrant invasion rhetoric as channel veers far right. Yep. Trump protest van highlighting Esteem links was blocked by police within minutes of approaching Windsor Castle. Yep. If you bring up any of that stuff, you get arrested. Yep, free speech erosion. Trump's UK state visit highlights the death of US soft power. Anti-racist protester accused Met Police of two-tier policing of Tommy Robinson's far-right rally. From Epstein to Starmer, mapping Peter Thiel's web of UK influence, which we've seen already. Those are some of the stories there from Byline Times, you guys. It's not good, guys. It's not good. A woke super chat game, says Ellie. I've never heard of that game. You have to explain the rules. Now I want heavy metal cover of the Blackety Blank theme tune, says Unquiet Badger. I'm sure if you look hard enough, you'll probably find a remix somewhere. People do remixes of songs all the time, don't they? Google it, see what comes up. These people just seem to all repeat the same mass medium headline, madness headlines. Yeah. People go for a quick fix, but don't bother with the root causes for the consequences, says Indie Duck. Trying to imagine Terry Wogan as Sauron now, says Scott. I'm not sure where that combination comes from, but okay. It comes from somewhere, I'm sure. Okay, guys. So I do have some wrestling content to do today, but tonight, guys, myself, Lee Corn, the Bing Podcast Co, will be on tonight at 8 p.m. Join me on my channel. You can also join the Bing podcast on their channel, because we'll be dual live streaming. I'm probably going to go for about an hour and a half max. I may do less than that. Depends how I do. But I'm 90% confident we will stick through it. My headache, hopefully it will clear up. And even if my voice is not great, we will still go ahead with it. Okay. So I want to say thank you guys for coming along today. Thank you, Alison Keir, for your super chats to reach today's super chat goal. Really appreciate it, because it really does help support the channel. It really financially supports me in the work that I do. So thank you for them. And obviously for those who can't financially support me or can't become YouTube members, the best way you guys can support me is hitting the like button, sharing across social media, subscribing if you haven't already. Got short videos are dropping as usual, guys, so do check them out. So leave a comment on them, share them. That's the best way to keep the algorithm going while I'm recovering. Hopefully I'll recover over the next couple of days. Not going to be doing too much on the weekend. This weekend, actually, me and my missus don't have anything too much planned, so I'm probably going to be taking it very easy on the weekend, in case you guys are wondering. But yeah, do join us tonight. It's going to be I'm sure it's going to be lots of fun for sure, guys. But yeah, whatever you guys are doing, enjoy the rest of your days. Whatever you guys are doing, stay out of the rain if you can, and take care as always. And thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.